Morning. Happy Israel Independence Day. Let's talk about white genocide, but not in that context, though we could make the case that Israel's probably in a stronger position. How ironic, given what the situation was for Jews around the world 69 years ago when Israel was founded. How ironic, given the situation in France and what I guess this stabber at University of Texas would like to see in this country. All right, terrible non sequitur. But I got to make sure you get this information because it's not like you're going to get it from like Tom Lamas or what's his name, Gibson. What's Gibson's first name? Charles Gibson or any of the big media people or Katie Tur, Keith Olbermann's ex-girlfriend. They're not going to tell you this stuff, but I will, and I will tell you because of the hard work that Jim Hoft at the Gateway Pundit does. So I'm basically reading from this, and I picked out a few comments. The important thing here is not me editorializing. You like hearing me talk? You like hearing me editorialize? Tune into sharknationradio.com at 6 p.m. for the news show, and then it's on a loop after that. There's apps, there's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's Twitter. The good thing is I don't handle that. I have producers who are a lot more capable of technology. I'm there to just be entertaining, informative, whatever, or if you're watching to make fun of me, to provide you with material for that too. So that's where you find that. But okay, I'm being flippant, but this is a serious issue. Though I'm going to tell you right now, let me get the ironic part out so you don't have to think it to yourself. The murderer at University of Texas is black, and his last name is White, and the dead white student has the last name Brown. I have to put that out there. I'm not going to make jokes about it, but you're going to be thinking it in the back of your mind. May Mr. Brown rest in peace, and murderer, I can only hope for the worst for him. So from Gateway Pundit, Monday, Kendrex White. His name is actually Kendrex. So he had something against him from the start. I mean, he sounds like a tissue or a cleaning agent. So life isn't easy if you're named Kendrex. Why not just name him Hendrix or something if that's what you're trying to get to? I don't know, but you have a strike against you from the start. You might have a chip on your shoulder. It doesn't excuse anything. Now I'm really going to read the thing. Monday, Kendrex White was taken into custody after he went berserk with a machete on the campus of the University of Texas at Austin. He killed one and left 3 injured. In 2012, before White was a student at UT Austin, he made a 14-minute, poorly produced video at his home that shows Kendrex White and his classmates reenacting the murder of white people by Haitian political figure Duty Boukman. The video is chilling and over the top with excessively violent moments. I don't know, okay. But I don't know how you can be excessively violent when you're talking about the Haitian Revolution, because that was excessively violent. So I don't know how you can make so-called gratuitous violence and still try to portray it accurately. Just to back you up, to give you some background, the Haitian Revolution was like in the late 1700s when France was distracted, I guess, by Napoleon's efforts, or it was losing then. I can't remember the exact year, but there's a connection. And they killed the whites. They, of course, raped a lot of the white women and children first. It was bloody, and if your fantasies are about killing white people, it's a great place to start, but I'm going to get to the irony in a second. The video entitled Haitian Revolution is a chilling precursor to the type of violence the white, the murderer, would act on later. The Haitian Revolution involved the specific targeting and killing of white women and children. And this is through Got News, another great site that's doing real work. Got News reports, though Austin police have not commented about White's motivations, early campus rumors are that White targeted members of fraternities who were wearing their Greek letters. Couldn't he have done his due diligence and figured out who they were ahead of time? I mean, do you really need them to identify? If you're a murderer, can't you just figure out who the people are you want to murder ahead of time? You have to wait who is happening to be wearing Greek letters that day? Fraternities at the university have been subject to recent vandalism by hysterics who accuse them of furthering white supremacy and enabling rape. A manifesto from the vandals was printed on the website of terrorist front It's Going Down. Ironically, I was singing It's Going Down, I'm Yelling Timber 2 nights ago. That has nothing to do with this, though. Yeah, of course fraternities are targets. They're conservative generally. They're the cooler white people who get the prettier white girls. So much of this is racial and resentment. They want the white women. They want the pretty white women. Don't ever discount that kind of thing. And he appeared with me like 2 weeks ago So much of war and violence is about the women, especially the young women, particularly the young women. That's what Seth Tillman said many years ago, and it really stuck with me. Never rule that out in the situation with conflict. And who are, there's obviously a racial component to that, but let's keep in mind also the beta males who like to join things like Antifa. That's the only place they feel strong. And don't rule that thing out, especially college-age people. Jim Hoff concludes, we must never forget the faces of those who were taken from us too early and without reason. From the Daily Texan, school officials from the North Texas town Graham confirmed the death of UT student Harrison Brown in the on-campus stabbing in a Facebook post Monday evening. Here's what they wrote. The news of Harrison Brown's GHS, I guess that's Graham High School, class of 2016 passing is heartbreaking. There are no words adequate enough to express the sorrow felt by Graham ISD and the community of Graham for this loss. Harrison was an inspiration to everyone around him. We were blessed and honored to have known him. For Kurt and Lori Brown, John and Allie Brown, and family, we pray the outpouring of sympathy, the kind acts of friends and strangers, and that's all that's shown there. And then there's a video about him. That's very polite. I like to see rightful anger in these situations, including at the people who are motivating this, and that may well be in the school district. Who knows how much excessively emphasis on whites treating blacks badly was in the school curriculum. I don't know. I haven't researched it. Maybe not so much. It's North Texas. It's not like San Francisco. But I don't know. But rightful anger, it's nice to see just a tiny bit of that when something like this occurs. And, they're looking for the motivation. Just a few comments here. Sickening consequence of the Obama presidency and the indoctrination into bigotry that passes for education at university campuses in the USA Today. But let's not forget high school. This is what you get when you pander to violent, rabid, ignorant, vicious animals. Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, you can keep your diversity. Here's a great point. Imagine the difference in media coverage if it had been a racist white guy that had viciously murdered a bunch of innocent black fraternity brothers. Someone responds to that, exactly, as it is. This murdering trash will be celebrated by the Dem Party and probably invited to the next DNC convention. I guess he's still alive. Lock and load, white folk. There is a bounty on your heads. Compliments of the Democrat Party. I don't disagree with any of this, nor am I going to edit myself. If you are not armed, you are simply not paying attention. Better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Yeah, but that's not good. Another point, and this is one I agree with very much. Want to bet his hatred for white people was exacerbated by high school and college teachers and professors pushing the white supremacy narrative BS. More and more and more comments like that. You can read them. I have the link. You can go to the comments section. The point is, I did school projects too. We reenacted some Shakespeare thing, and somehow one time we actually erased it in high school because we did like a wrestling style battle royal on the same video and actually had to do it again because we messed it up. Things were very primitive. Remember, I'm 45 years old. We're talking the 80s, a big pack you had to put. It was not like the technology today. But, it doesn't necessarily mean that he may have just been doing a project that teachers encouraged. And frankly, if I were being graded on the accuracy of my video about the Haitian Revolution, you bet I'd make it violent and anti-white. So I don't know. That's neither here nor there, but it's a good starting point for discussion, I think. And look, he's a murderer. That's enough. I don't know if he was giddy about the Haitian Revolution. Seems like he may have been, but could have been a school project he chose. Who knows? People sometimes, especially teenagers, like to act violent in a theatrical setting. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But there is something ironic if he's idolizing the Haitian Revolution. Quite simply, and I'm not saying he did, Haiti has been free of whites for 230 years. How's that country doing? Do I need to even really answer that? So if you're really going to push black supremacy, Haiti might not be the best example you can use. At least, in African countries that were liberated in the 60s from colonialism, you have only a generation or two to work with. That's all I'm saying, and let me bring it back to Israel Independence Day. Look, that country was founded and built by refugees from the Holocaust, and especially refugees, population-wise, from Muslim countries where they were kicked out. They came with nothing, but it's only been 69 years today since Israel has been a country. How's Israel doing? Do you as David Goldman, who's going to be on with me on Shark Nation Radio later, points out, do you feel more confident about the future of Israel the nuclear bomb Obama let Iran proceed with aside, which country do you really think has a better future? Israel or France or Germany or Sweden? I'll leave you with that thought. Happy Israel Independence Day. Thanks for watching.